We're joined with a special guest today. He makes music. He's a broadcaster. He's a Twitch streamer. The one and only Vwillz, ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Stop.
So, ironically, we're sitting at January 2026 here.
We are.
January 2025 last year.
Yeah.
You started promoting a song that kind of went crazy online.
Yep.
It's called Sad Song.
Yep.
Can you share a little bit about how that song came to be?
Yeah, dude, freaking, it's a crazy story. I was in the studio with a group of homies, and we had written a different song originally, and it was like a really great song. And then Blake, the guy who plays the guitar on Sad Song, he had to leave, I think pick up a sister or something from the airport. And as he's about to leave, he's just like playing the Sad Song loop that you hear. And I like just blacked out. I was like, what if we went boom, 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 and we brought in a John Mayer, and then I did a country section, and then I did this, and then I talk about this, and I do that. And they were like looking at me like I was crazy. And so I was like, yo, everybody just give me 20 minutes in the room. Like, and I'm going to fucking Frankenstein this. And sure enough, it just came about. It was like the craziest thing.
Did you know, like, the first time you posted on TikTok, did it go crazy? Or when did you know that it was, like,
I mean, I'll be honest, bro. When I made it, I just knew.
You just knew right away?
I was like, there's just no way. This is the most insane shit I've ever... And I'm really hard on myself, bro. Mm-hmm. I'm very rarely am I, like, impressed with things that I do. I'm always like, this could be better. It could be better. I mean, life of an artist, right?
Yeah.
Constantly, how could we be better? How could it be more perfect? Not saying that song's perfect, because I still listen to it to this day, and there's certain things I would have done differently in that song. But when I first finished it, I was like, phew, how does this has never before been done. You know what I'm saying? And it connected so well. So I kind of had a feeling it was going to do something, not to the extent in which it did. But yeah, I posted it in the studio that night or the next day, and it didn't go like semi-viral, but it was like, like 250,000 views or whatever. Like, not quite like viral, but like it did decent.
Yeah. For a music post,
it did decent. Like 250,000 is pretty good.
Yeah.
And then the next one, just 3 million. I was like, holy fuck, dude.
And were you even doing like the shiesty and stuff in this first video?
No, the first one I didn't.
Okay.
Laker told me to do that the second time around.
I
was like, bro, I don't know, man. The only time I've ever worn a shiesty is when I go skiing, because I'm from Colorado.
Yeah.
Which everybody, you wear them when you go skiing, right?
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know, man. And you know what? It made it rationalize. He rationalized it to me. He was like, think about it like this. When you're going to play a part in a movie, you play the character, right? Mm-hmm. So you get into character, you dress like the character, you do the character. Your content, you're shooting a scene in which you're trying to display what this song is and what it's about. So when he kind of broke it down like that, I felt a little bit more comfortable doing it. But don't get me wrong, man. I've looked in the mirror a few times, put on the shiesty, and been like, fuck, do I keep this? Is this a thing? You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, man. I'm not about it.
Locked in the shiesty?
I'm just like not about it like that, man. I will say, though, sometimes I do be just throwing it on around the house.
Yeah, you're mobbing around. You're like, maybe it's time to make another one.
No, bro, I feel like the coolest guy in the world when I put that thing on. But, like, no, it's... yeah, man, it's fun time. The thing does keep you warm. Holy shit.
Yeah, it's made for the Midwest, It
is, bro. Or even like in New York, like I get why it's fucking cold as shit.
Yeah,
bro. Like, you know what I mean?
Your face just burns when you walk outside.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
You recently actually traveled through a little bit of the Midwest. You went on your first headlining tour this last year.
Yeah.
What was that like?
Man, dude, I feel like I've finally been able to like kind of reflect on it. Mm-hmm. The Chicago show in particular, I cried.
Yeah.
And I wasn't expecting that, bro. I mean, you were there, right?
Yeah,
you were at that one. And, dude, you know me, because you know me. I get really anxious before I go on stage. I get so anxious, and I think it's just because, like, I worry. The honest truth on why I get so anxious is it's not so much that I'm not going to put on a good show or whatever, though those thoughts cross my mind. I have this terrible health anxiety sometimes, and I've gotten a lot better. I mean, it is so much better than it used to be. But, like, I fear that I'm going to go up there and I'm going to, like, pass out, or, like, just something is going to happen to where, like, my body doesn't feel right. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then I fear the embarrassment of everybody who paid to come to this show doesn't get to enjoy the show now because I passed out. It's just irrational, crazy fear thinking, but I just feed so much into it. So I get so nervous before I go on because I don't want. The last thing I want is like someone like I had people travel to the show from fucking Florida, bro.
Yeah.
Like you paid for a plane ticket and a hotel.
They didn't drive? That's soft.
No. I mean, yeah. What the fuck, guys? No.
Sorry.
Dude, but that's no. That was good. But like that's the thing, dude. Is it's like, man, you know, I just hope that they enjoy it. You know, and the crazy thing is, man, I'm just so hard on myself that like, you know, I turn away and I'm like, okay, well, I didn't hit the note on that, you know, or like Central Park felt pitchy and like, I'm self-sabotaging right when I get off stage. Not even, well, that was incredible. You sold out your first ever headline show. It's just, dude, can you believe I fucked up the lyrics? I'm like, and it's like, man, I wish I would have taken time because then to later get a DM saying, hey, your show changed my fucking life. I'm like, really?
Yeah.
Because I was flat on like, you know what I'm saying? But that's, you got to step away from that and look at it from the experience of somebody else watching it. So anyway.
Do you think that's something that's gotten better though? I know like one of the earlier songs, I think it was like 22, 23 time frame. You had that Panic Last song that I think is one of your most underrated songs.
Oh, wow. Thank you.
But do you think like during that time frame, you kind of learned how to get better at that and grow?
Dude, you know what's changed my life? I started doing spiritual therapy about 2-3 years ago now. Right actually around that song coming out, because that was a pretty low point in my life. And so, you know, I do a lot of meditation and stuff like that, guided meditation, and it's changed my life, bro. Yeah. It has changed my life. I've learned to understand where, you know, the angst comes from. And, you know, a lot of it is just not wanting to be present. And I found something out that was very interesting to me that maybe people could relate to, maybe not, but my whole life prior to the last couple years, anytime life could never get too bad because I always was clinging on to the music dream. Mm-hmm. But what that did subconsciously was it created the music dream as my savior. So like me clinging on to whatever it looks like when I make it is like the savior. So like nothing else matters. It doesn't matter how I treat my body. I can eat whatever I want. I don't need to do this or that. It's just music, because music's going to save me, right? That was not that I was saying that every day, but subconsciously that's what was being fed to me, right? And then you wake up and you, quote unquote, you make it, right? And granted, what the fuck does that mean, right? Because, you know, you could say my biggest dream is to sell at Red Rocks. I haven't done that yet. That's my make it moment. But I'm making a living, putting food on the table, doing music, and get to travel the world doing music. Right. So textbook-wise, sure.
Yeah, that's a dream.
So I'm living the dream. So, but when that started happening, that's when the panic attack started to get really bad. And I think it's because, like, life just hit me, man. It was just like, okay, like, damn, my name is Victor. Like, I just know Vwillz. Like, what do I do? Because, bro, I lock myself in a room and just have thousands of unreleased songs, like just music. I need to be better. And I think that's healthy from a standpoint of, like, you know, the Kobe mentality, the Brady mentality. I'm all for those things, you know, to work hard, but it's not going to mean anything if you're not taking time to take care of yourself. And I wasn't doing that. So,
yeah. What are some ways you've found to do that? Obviously, pickleball.
Oh, brother.
We got the
came straight from the fucking pickleball courts to the Batcave interview. Let me tell you what. Also, today, I freaking killed it in pickleball today.
The fit is fitting.
Bro, I'll put it to you this way. The guys that I played with today, because I play with different groups, but the guys I played with today, pretty good picklers, right? Mm-hmm. There's two in particular that are pretty damn good that I was playing with, and I got some shots off today. Let me just...
Are you more back? Or are you up? Or do you guys switch off?
I'm back for sure, bro. I fucking hate the net.
Yeah, okay.
I just do, bro. And like, I want to keep it a buck, bro. Something about like, I don't mind playing the net if the dudes I'm playing against or whoever I'm playing against are like not hitting that hard. Yeah. But like, bro, you go up against some of these guys who are like fucking slamming it. I ain't gonna lie. I get a little scared. I can't even lie to you, bro. Like, and I hate that I'm like telling you that and admitting that, but like I do, bro. I get like a little fearful. I'm like, oh fuck, dude, that's coming in so fast. So I like to stand back more so against the guys like that so I could get a better read, but it ends up biting me in the ass.
Sometimes it doesn't work out the way you think it will.
Yeah.
Is that where the
No, so
it's like the sound when you hit the ball. Yeah.
That?
Yeah.
No, so this is a good story. So I was down in Atlanta for some sessions for songwriting, because I do the songwriting stuff outside of my music stuff. And I was in Atlanta, and there was a guy that was in the studio, I think next to ours, and I kind of like moseyed on over there, and we were hitting it off, whatever, and he was recording this demo, and every time before he would do a take, he would go, whew, whew. And I was like, that is just like it hyped me up, bro. I was like, that is the coolest. Why is nobody doing that on records? But he wouldn't even do it on the mic. He would just, whew, and then he would go in, and I don't know if it was like, I don't know. I don't really know where it came from, bro. It just there's something about him doing that was like, God, I love that, bro. And no one else is doing that. I was like, fuck, I'm going to start doing that on my song.
Exactly. Like, he's been doing it first.
And it's kind of become my thing now.
Oh, 100%. Like, you can't get rid of it now.
People know when they hear the, whew, I'm coming in, bro. Like, it's crazy. I love it.
No, that's dope, too, because I feel like you hear someone else do something that's theirs, like you're ready for Mike, or,
Sure.
all these different ad-libs that are just like, the big X comes on, you hear it, and you just know it's, him. But, like, everyone, I think, wants so much to, like, do what somebody else has already done. It's very rare you get one that's just like, nope, this is mine.
I know.
With this.
I know, bro. It's like everybody's got their kind of like their little thing.
The Jason Derulo moment where you just say your name. Or,
right. Jason Derulo. God, I remember that shit. Damn.
You mentioned being at a writing session. What brought you to the point as an artist where you're like, I don't only want to make music for myself anymore. I want to help other people make music for themselves.
Honest answer to that, bro. I never intended to be a songwriter. In fact, I didn't even know most artists don't write their own songs until like 4 years ago.
When you moved to Nashville?
Bro, I didn't know that. I really thought every artist wrote every word of their song. And I think that's just because I have such a hip hop background, right? Like, I loved Eminem growing up, man.
It's bad if you don't. If you're into hip hop and you don't write your own stuff,
right? It's a thing. But then, like, I idolized Eminem, bro, and like, and it was this whole thing. Like I remember being in high school and like trying to rap battle people, and like, it was like a big deal. It was like, yo, somebody ghostwrite that? Like, yo, Vwillz has a ghostwriter, bro. It's like, no, I don't have a ghostwriter, bro. And so anyway, gosh, sorry, bro, my shoulder's so sore. You could leave that in or cut that out.
That's a good thing a physical therapist. You might be in luck. We'll
I know, bro. No, I might actually have some questions for you on that. But the thing is like, so anyway, getting back to the point of the songwriting, like, I started songwriting and I found a love for it outside of my art, right? In a different way. It's a different fulfillment, because it's like you have this ability to tell a story that maybe you're not the best vessel to tell it through, right? Like, if that makes sense. So like, sometimes I'll write songs and find out that, this isn't necessarily like my story to tell. It's a great story, and maybe it is a personal story, but maybe it's not meant for me to tell it. Maybe somebody else is meant to tell this song, So I found a love in that regard too, which has been kind of cool.
That is cool, especially when like things in your life, like, you have to find a way to get off your chest, but like, you don't necessarily want people to know that the song is from you, but you can still like vent in that way. Yeah, that's
absolutely,
cool.
Absolutely, bro.
What's been your favorite part, I guess, about being in Nashville and being more of part of like a collaborative approach versus just by yourself in the studio day in, day out?
Just the talent, bro.
Yeah.
It's like, because here's my thing, bro. I'm not like classically trained or anything, but my mind goes a bazillion, right? So like when I'm in the studio, I'm like, all right, let's add the boom, boom, boom. Let's add the John Mayer. Let's add the blah, 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 right? Bro, I didn't know how to play the slow dancing in a burning room lick. Spencer played that, right? Yeah. I don't know how to play that. I have the vision, but I don't know how to necessarily always do it. Now, I produce some of my records, right? I think I like to say that I always have a hand in all the production on all my songs, just because I'm recording it. I structure it. But like, as far as like the nicks and crannies of the 808s, that's Laker most of the time. I've been working with JP a lot lately. God, he's fucking talented. Yeah. Blake Ruby, shout out him. One of the most talented people in Nashville, Spencer. So like, the thing is that you get to like working with these people and you start to be like, okay, I could bring the vision. They're going to help bring it to life. And Nashville, in my opinion, and I've always felt this way, that if you want to become a successful just musician, like songwriter, even artist, like if you just want to be great at music itself, move to Nashville. Yeah. Because it's like, you will meet people that the next guy over is 10 times more talented than the guy next. Boom, boom, boom. You know. But what I love about myself that I can bring to Nashville is like I feel like I'm just a fucking black sheep here.
Yeah.
You know, because it's like what I'm doing is so different than the norm of this place. So when I come into these sessions with the way my mind thinks, it's so different. But then I can pull from, oh, this person plays this great. I'm gonna take that and make it into this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's been phenomenal from that standpoint.
Yeah. You know, you mentioned moving here 4 years ago. What's it like going back to Colorado nowadays?
Fuck, dude. And we were talking about this a little bit off camera too.
Yeah.
The thing is, bros, it's like I just went back for Christmas in December. And we're in January. I don't know when this pod's going to air. I know we're in January right now filming it. But it's crazy. Well, first, here's the positive note. The mountains are so majestically insane. Mm-hmm. You forget about that. When you're growing up there, you want to get
there.
It's just there. And then you go back, you're like, this is breathtaking. Like, holy shit, bro. But it's tough. To be honest with you, I'm at a place in my life where I haven't healed the trauma from that place yet. I just haven't. And it's uncomfortable sometimes for me to be there. And I don't, it's not like, I'm not trying to make this like a poor me thing. It's just how I feel. Nobody believed in me there, man.
Yeah.
Everyone fucking doubted me, bro. Most. I mean, there's some people, but like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everyone said I wasn't going to be shit. And just when you're driving down certain streets and certain things, you remember, like, bro, I was driving down the southern side of Colorado Springs. And I was like, damn, I remember we shot a music video there. And I remember thinking this was going to be the music video that makes me big and famous. And it's bittersweet because there's a part of you that's like, damn, look how far we've come. Another part of you is like, wants to just hug that kid and just be like, oh, brother, you have no idea.
You have no idea where you're going to go.
You have no idea, man. And it's like, it's emotional, man, because you go back there and you're just like, fuck, like, I remember that street where we said we're going to write this song, and like, and I remember there when Laker and I cooked up this beat, and like you know, and you just, it's bittersweet, you know? And so, yeah, I would say the answer to that is it's hard to go back home right now.
Yeah.
And I think it's because I'm still working on healing from things that I haven't healed yet.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I know I'm going to be back there this year though for a show.
Yeah. For a show. You're a hometown show.
For the first time.
That's crazy.
Since high school.
That's insane.
Yeah. So I think we'll do Denver, not Springs, but yeah.
Yeah.
We're planning on trying to do a fall tour.
I love that.
So that's going to be freaking insane.
That's
heard
awesome.
it here. Hey, heard it here first on the Batcave, baby.
Heard it here first. Tour announcement from Vwillz. Mm-hmm. Do you think that, like, moving here was partially running away from that? Or what, like, drew you to Nashville to begin with?
You know, man, it's interesting because it's like, it wasn't that. It was more opportunistic. And it was also like I needed to just get the fuck out. I reached that point. Mm-hmm. I reached the point where, like, you know, this is in the outro of York. And it's my dad's voice. And he says, it's like crabs trying to get out of the crab pot. You know, the crabs keep pulling you back down because they don't want to see you win. And that's what it was starting to get to. I was winning. I went viral for the falling slowly. And again, it's not all about virality. I'm just, for the sake of this argument, right? Because it's really fucking not all about that. But I'm just saying, you know, falling slowly is going viral. Dark Side did his thing. Okay, holy shit, you know, I'm million monthly listeners. Again, doesn't matter. I'm just from the standpoint of it's time, right?
It's check marks, though.
It's just check marks, right? At the time, it's like, we need to go. We need to go expand because we've reached the pinnacle in this town. And there's nothing more that you can do here that you haven't already done. You did the shows at the local place, blah, blah, blah. It's time to move and time to be the small fish in a big pond because I was becoming the big fish in a small pond. Mm-hmm. And I'm such a strong believer that if you can always challenge yourself to be the small fish in a big pond, you'll go really far in life. Yep. And I always want to be around people more talented than me. I always want to be around people that are just a few steps over me so that I can learn from that and then become that. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I mean, I think that's the best. I think you're right on the money with that. I think that's the best way to grow. If you're the best in the room, or even the biggest in the room, where do you have to go? You know, everyone's already telling you you're top dog. Why would you do anything after
exactly.
that? You know,
exactly.
You gotta keep challenging yourself.
Yeah.
You've gotten to work with some pretty big top dogs after over the last. I butchered this question. It was so good, and I fucked it up.
That's right.
Over the last 2 years, you've gotten to work with some pretty big fish in the pond, especially in the independent artist lane. What's it been like working with Mike, Nick D, collaborating with all the biggest independent artists in the game right now.
Dude, I mean, it's a blessing, man. It's crazy. I think, Mike's like the older brother I never had. I've learned more from him as a young man more than anything else. Just he's been a sweetheart, and I truly do, with my whole heart, love him dearly. Nick D, same thing, man. What an incredible human being, and they're both very different in their own ways and similar in their own ways, and so it's really cool to have that balance of guidance from both of them. And I would say they both have done things for me in my life outside of music that have just. I'll give you two examples. My whole life thinking, okay, you need to sign a record deal, you need to do this, you need to do that, blah, blah, blah. And then you go out to Virginia and go hang out with Nick, and you find out you don't need to do any of that. This man's out here on a fucking farm saying, I'm going to do whatever I want, whenever I want. Oh, and by the way, I'm really successful at it. It's a culture shock, bro. I was like, wow, you don't have to be anything that you're not. You could just be yourself. You don't have to be all these different things. Because here you have a guy who wakes up in the morning, feeds the animals, goes, records music, and then goes home to his family. You know what I'm saying? And is just as successful, if not more successful, than people you're seeing all over the internet sign this big deal, blah, blah, blah. And so it's like, that was wow to me, right? And then the Mike thing, I mean, it's just like, wow, talk about a fucking Rudy story, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, don't bet against him, man.
No, he's going to get it done.
That's the last person I would want to bet against. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, to see that and just to see what he's done, like, obviously the Red Rocks thing, like, that's my dream. I grew up there, you know?
Insane.
So for him to do that pulled on my heartstrings a whole bunch. Like, oh, his community sold it out? Like, what?
In like 10 minutes?
2 times in a
Twice?
row?
Yeah.
Like, I don't think people understand, like, do you know how fucking hard that is to do? I'll put it to you this way. Some of the biggest artists that were the biggest artists like 3, 4, 5 years ago cannot do that today.
Yeah.
Just can't. Songs that were #1 smash hits, worldwide radio, arenas, blah, blah, blah. Some of them can't, to their own community, they can't do it.
No, I remember seeing that Lil Baby and Future had to cancel stops on their tour because they couldn't fill the capacity that they needed to put them at.
That's crazy.
And
I did
that's
not know
like
that.
2 of the biggest rap artists in the country. Like, I mean, at least at a time they were, maybe not now, but that's like crazy to see that it's like that hard to get someone in a seat nowadays.
Well, dude, here's the thing that I think, and this is more so for the artists too, to understand, is that you have to look at things so differently. Every metric is different, okay? And, okay, we'll use this for example. You have someone like, Joe Schmo. I'm just going to use random names, right? I'm not going to name any real names. Joe Schmo, who maybe has a gazillion monthly listeners, makes millions of dollars a year, has a great maybe merch line too, maybe can't even sell out 500 cap rims. That is a real thing that could happen in the music industry. Then you have someone who, let's say, has 300,000 again, that's why monthlies are deceiving. 300,000 monthly listeners, maybe like 100,000 followers on Instagram, and could probably, with their cult following, go sell out a venue like Red Rocks. It's like, that's the thing, is like, it depends on what you want. And that person, you can't say anymore is any less successful, Mm-hmm. So it's very interesting to me, like, like just that whole metric and just all of that.
No, and I think that's interesting too, because I think that used to be like the cutoff for how you judged how big an artist was their monthly listeners. Like, so-and-so is at 1 mil, so-and-so is at 2. So this is like bigger than that. And then you look at Mike and you're like, his monthlies aren't that high, but his streams on his songs are crazy high. Exactly. And which would you rather have? Like, what do you
100%.
Like,
no, 100%. Like, that's the thing, is that, like, well, it's unbelievable. I mean, what he has built should be a blueprint for everybody, to be honest with you.
And initially that connection started with you making the same song accidentally for both of them. For Sundown.
Crazy. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's wild. Like, that ended up becoming Bride at a Bar and Sundown, but both were originally the same song, then we turned it into 2 different songs.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Who was the producer that like made that happen? That like made that into 2 different songs?
So Dom was the producer on both of them. Yeezo and this kid Aoli and JP.
They just like...
But, well, JP was on, and Aoli... JP was on the Bride at a Bar one. Then the rest were all on both.
Okay. Mm-hmm. That's awesome. And now you have both songs, and you've collaborated a bunch of times.
Yeah.
Kind of going off the mic collabs, and this is probably the worst person to ask this question to, but I'm just going to be super blunt with it.
Yeah.
All right. So, situation. One of your favorite artists puts out a song.
Okay.
You don't like it the first 5 times you listen to, but on the 6th time, you become obsessed with it. Do you prefer that, or do you prefer the fan that like loves it weekend one and is just like, this is my song, and probably goes back to it, doesn't like stop listening to it, but they're like obsessed with it when it first comes out, like day one?
Man, I've been both.
But which do you want, like as an artist? Like what means more to you, like in the back of your head? Like, do you want a song that grows on someone, or do you want someone that like right away they're like, this is it, this is the one?
I think we've been conditioned to love the fast results, right?
Yeah.
But the things that you let simmer and they last longer, I don't know. I think I'm indifferent.
Okay.
I think I'm indifferent. That's a great question. I don't know. I think I'm indifferent. Either way.
No, because that's what it was. Like, this is shit oversharing. But like when Central Park first came out, the first 5 listens, I was like, I don't know what I want out of this song. It's not Bride at a Bar.
Sure.
But then listen 6.
Yeah.
I listen to it all the time now. It's like
That's
a go-to,
crazy.
and it's
I
like,
hear you on that, though.
But like I like thought about it afterwards. I was like, Bride at a Bar, day one. I was like,
sure.
Even before it was out, I was like, putting it everywhere. And
I hear that.
And I
hear
think that like it was an interesting juxtaposition to be in. As like, yeah.
Dude, no, that's such a good point. I mean, bro, I'm that way though too. Like, I'll even go back on like old albums today and be like, fuck, that song's crazy. Why did I not
pop off with that one?
Yeah, it's interesting. That's a great question.
I think music is meant for like a certain time in your life too. Like that's like a big part of music. Like if you hear a song, like if you're super happy, you might have not loved Kid Leroy's new album. If you might have to like make yourself a little sad to enjoy it, and that's okay.
Sure.
That's okay.
Yeah, no, sure. I think that's fair to say. Yeah, that's crazy. It's a great point.
Where you're at now, who do you look to from like a music standpoint? Like if Release Radar hits, who are you playing first?
Dude, this is gonna shock a lot of people, but I listen to a lot of Drake, obviously, but like I go back to just like Take Care, love that album. Just like the songs that I like. I love the new project he put out with Party Next Door, which I like multiple songs on that project. But dude, I listen to a lot of Coldplay. Listen to a lot of 1975. Listen to a lot of Rufus Du Sol. Listen to love some Sabrina Carpenter, bro. Like here and there. Tate McRae, my goodness. Like
so good.
So fire, bro. So good. Like a revolvent done. Like that shit's crazy to me, bro.
Yeah.
Like
I finally saw her, by the way, this year.
I seen that you did.
And you were right about the screaming girl. I've never, I thought I was never going to recover.
I seen her. This was right before I opened up for Charlie on a Friday. I went to go see him open up for her. And I was going to support him. And, he got off stage. We're side stage chatting, whatever, chopping it up. All of a sudden, like bloody murder. Girl screams. My ears. I was like, what the fuck? I walk out. I'm like, holy shit. Tate McRae's on stage, and this was like when she was doing like 2,000 cap
like right
room.
before Greedy came out. Like it was like right around.
This was even before that, bro. This was like when Charlie was opening up for her prior to the Australian run.
Oh, okay.
Prior to the Europe run. This was the American run. This was like what, maybe 5,000 cap rooms, something like that.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And then, bam! Now she's selling out arenas,
bro.
and
no, she's super talented.
Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Would you ever, like, if you had an opportunity to sell out small venues or open for someone on an arena tour and like gain new fans that maybe never heard your music before, what are you doing?
Small headliner arena open? Depends on who I'm opening for.
Oh, so like you want it to be your lane, or you want it to be someone else's?
Not necessarily. It just would depend.
On who
it would depend because it's like off cup. I'm picking the headline.
Yeah. And who are you picking?
No, myself. I'm picking the headline.
You're picking
the small venues over the opening at the arenas. Just because it's like, well, if you had me open up for like a Maroon 5, again, love Maroon 5, but like, how many of those fans are really going to convert over to me? I don't know.
Yeah.
If you had me open up for Kid Leroy. Probably a smart move, right?
Yeah.
If you had me open up for, I don't know, fucking Post Malone 5 years ago, probably a smart move, right? But yeah, I don't know. It depends. I think it just all depends. I will also say too, like from a financial standpoint, opening slots aren't it, man.
Now, people don't know that, though. People think that if you're on with a big tour, they're like, oh, then he's making money now, even though he's opening for this.
Bro, even a headline tour, you're lucky to break even.
Yeah.
On, like, most scales.
Which is crazy, because I think you're sold the lie that, like, if you start getting shows, you're in the bag. You're making money left and right.
If you can grow a good touring business, it takes time to do that. But, yeah, I mean, I think it's like, gosh, I mean, we could spend hours talking about this method. But, yeah, it's a tough business, bro. It's a tough business.
What do you use as like your silver lining, knowing the outlook for the general artist nowadays? As far as like what you're saying, like you can't make money touring, you can't make money if you don't have people's support, you can't make money if your songs don't get in so many streams. Like, where do you find the silver lining in that?
What else would I be doing?
That's true.
You know, because it's like this is my purpose. So. You know, this is what I want to do too, and not even like on some like purpose shit too, because that kind of sounded like, yeah, it's my purpose in a way, right? Not necessarily music itself, but to channel what I channel through music. That's the purpose, right? And to bring people together. That's what I feel I'm here to do. But what else would I be doing, man? You know, I'd be miserable. So that's the way I look at it. Like, okay, whether you're knocking down $500,000 doing it or knocking down $10, you know, doing it. It's like, I don't know. What else would you be doing?
When did that change? When did that perspective change for you?
I think after it was interesting. I had done a support tour, and then I had gone to some shows after and stuff like that, some friend shows and stuff, and it dawned on me, bro. I was just like, man, if you're not doing this for the community and for the people and why you want to do it, then what are you doing it for, man?
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing it for? Like, I don't know, like that. That's such a good question. I'm just trying to I want to word this the right way, because it's like, I don't want to do this if it's just to like put out music and so comes and listens and leaves, comes and listens and leaves, comes and listens and leaves. I want to build something, and I want to build a community of people, and I think we've been doing that through the Twitch stuff, and we're just getting like started and building this community at the 199 Club and like the long haul stuff. We're in the first prototype right here, like, you know, like that's important to me. Like that's just so special to me. And I think, I don't know, man. I don't know. I just think that to me, I'm at a point in my life where I'm like, why wouldn't you want to do it that way? Yeah. You know what I mean? Like I can't fathom you wanting to do it a different way than that.
Where did that initially come from, as far as like, I want to do the Twitch streams, I want to create this community with the long haul?
Yeah, I just was like, I wanted to create something that was authentic to me. The long haul really comes from the standpoint of like just my life, bro, just like a real life underdog, bro, like, but I'm in it for the long haul, you know.
Can we break down how everything is set up right now for you as far as your community? Because there's like we're Twitching every Wednesday night typically. Sometimes that changes, but Wednesday night on Twitch. We'll make a song from scratch and then put it up on the 199 Club right after. Or we'll just chat, we'll talk, like whatever, just depends. Sometimes they troll me for like an hour and I'm like trying to make a song and I have to be like, stop trolling me. But anyway, please. So that's a good time. And then the 199 Club, bro, we put exclusive content. We just put out, I went to the Bucks game, was on the field and stuff for that, which was so cool. We put that exclusive vlog on there. Over 100 plus unreleased songs on the 199 Club. And yeah, bro, like we put out early access on there. We're gonna start doing by the time this comes out, this will be launched. We're launching our merch this week, the Vwillz merch. So if you're a 199 member, we're gonna figure out a way to do like a code to where you always get a percentage off of merch as well. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And is this part of the merch or is this different merch?
So this is long haul. So this is like my clothing line outside. So this is going to be different. This is launching hopefully sooner than later. We just got this prototype in. I love it. We're waiting on the hats, and once I'm good with those, then we'll launch that. This is just for the Vwillz merch.
Okay. I love that.
Yeah.
It seems like we have a big sports theme going on.
Oh, yeah.
Big
I'm a big sports guy.
From day one?
Oh, dude, yeah. I've been a diehard. I mean, geez, I used to dress up with dirt bike pads and like spray paint helmets and pretend I was in the NFL as a kid. I am a diehard sports guy.
And I feel like, it's getting really toasty in the...
Bro, did you wore an ant to this interview? Oh.
I feel like I had to...
Bro, you planned that, bro.
Yeah, I did. I've been real hot and sweaty over here in that sweater. I was like, you can't know ahead of time. It has to be like, it has to be pulled out during the interview.
Take it off, bro. Ant Edwards, man. God, he's a baller, but my goodness, as a Denver Nuggets fan, he is just our nemesis.
It's funny how like the animosity came out of nowhere because it's not like states that are even close to each other. It would have ever been a thing.
He just talks a lot of shit, man.
To everybody. It's like, even
which
when he
is
doesn't
cool,
deserve
but
it.
it's like, gosh, man, you just would love to put 30 on him, bro. Just, you know what I'm saying? Like, I couldn't, but Jokic can.
I think that, Jokic could put 50 on anybody. I think the funniest thing that people outside of Minnesota don't realize about Ant Edwards is Ant Edwards had this video come out. And I won't go into too much detail on it, but basically, like, someone was calling him out for something he did. And in that moment, like, every comment on any video that ever got posted to him, everyone was referring to that video.
Wow.
And later that season when he popped the fuck off, and if he didn't pop off, I think his career could have gone completely differently.
Wow.
And it's crazy to see that, like, sometimes you're, like, that close to, like, being
You are.
like another NBA person who was good, and then and I think he just got so motivated that he was like, fuck y'all, I'm just gonna, like, ball out all the time. And
100%.
as a guy from Minnesota that never has a good sports team, it's like, yes, finally.
Yeah, bro, 100%, bro, 100%. Ant Edwards is a freaking baller. He is. You can't hate the player, or hate, I guess in this case, hate the game, not the player,
No, and that like Wolves Nuggets series, like the big one, like 2 years ago, is like maybe one of the craziest playoff series I've ever watched, because you've never seen a team go up that much, talk so much shit, and then almost lose all of it, and pretty much guaranteed they were going to lose all of it. And then Game 7 comes, and they're losing, and somehow Naz Reid. Shout out Naz.
Dude, Naz Reid's crazy. Ballers. That whole team, bro. Ballers. Rudy Gobert, all those guys.
All those guys.
They're crazy. Yeah, we'll have to see. Hopefully you guys get Joe Burrow.
Yeah, well, I mean, maybe. That they won't. The Vikings are another story. They're just never going to get it done. I don't put too much faith in the Vikings, but Timberwolves always
or the Twins.
Always, the Twins, same thing.
Yeah.
The year they finally did good, they decided we're going to make less money this year, and I was like, what are we doing?
Crazy.
Well, was that from like birth you were into sports, or like, because usually this isn't to like put anything on music artists, but usually music artists are the people that don't like sports. They're like, they're not the jocks. They're the people that are like they might be a little more nerdy. They might be more into music theory, but they're not like in sports. So where does that come from?
Just love it, bro. I think what I love about sports is the camaraderie. And same thing I love about music, just camaraderie. I love emotion, bro. Sports evokes emotion, music evokes emotion, I just love that. I don't know, bro. I've always loved jerseys my whole life, bro. I have jerseys of damn near almost every sports team and not even fans of them. I love jerseys. I think they're so creative. They're so cool. Like, ever since a kid, bro, I've always just loved jerseys. I don't know. I just think they're so cool.
We saw the Tampa Bay Bucks jersey.
Yeah, that was insane.
Super nice. Cream white, looks great.
Had to.
What could we see, like, Vwillz releasing his own jerseys in the future at some point?
Oh, my goodness.
Like, it has to happen, right?
Long haul jerseys? Crazy.
Yeah, it has to happen at some point.
Oh, my goodness. They're going to be crazy.
What's, like, your go-to, like, sports jersey, if you could pick?
I'd say baseball's the best, right? Because the button up. But, I mean, a throwback, like, football jerseys are pretty fire. Yeah. As well. But I'd say baseball. Or hockey, bro. Hockey jerseys are fucking
Hockey jerseys go hard.
Yeah.
We need a Vwillz long haul Preds collab.
Blackhawks collab.
Yes. So why is it all over the country too? Sorry to go over.
No. I get this question a lot. Okay. Born and raised in Colorado, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. Diehard CU Buffs fan, SCO Buffs. Mm-hmm. Diehard Nuggets fan, right? Okay. I'll root for the Broncos. Root for the Avs. Cool. Like, whatever. Rockies, like, cool. I'll root for them. I like Troy Tulowitzki growing up, right? My aunt lives in Clearwater, Florida. When I was a kid, she took me to the Bucs Stadium for a tour. And this is right when I was playing Pee Wee football type shit, right? Obsessed. There's a pirate ship in the stadium. As a kid, that's the coolest thing in the world. She goes and buys me a Mike Allstott jersey. I'm like, bro. Then the only Broncos jersey I had at the time was John Lynch. Well, who did John Lynch play for? The Bucks.
The Bucks.
And so I'm there, I'm wearing the John Lynch jersey. She's like, you know, he played for the Bucks. I'm like, we did? He played at the Pirate Ship Stadium? Then gets me the Mike Allstott jersey. Okay, diehard Bucks fan, stuck with him through all of that. I was like, I am a Bucks fan forever, right? I was through it all. Still am. Nuggets, whatever, right? Makes sense. CU Buffs makes sense. Baseball, I jumped around quite a bit. Like, I liked a lot of different teams growing up. I played baseball the most. That's the sport I played for the longest. I liked a lot of different teams. Went to New York for a baseball tournament. I played travel ball. Dad took me to a Yankees game. Jorge Posada, Derek Jeter, how you doing? Loved the Yankees. Then went to Fenway. I love the Red Sox. That makes no sense. Like, how can you can't like both of them? Again, just love the atmosphere, right? And then my cousin takes me to a Cubs game. She lived on West Madison. I stepped foot in Wrigley and I said, I'm getting the same feeling I got when I looked at that Pirate Stadium. And from that moment forward, diehard Cubs fan. And while I was there, I didn't really have a hockey team. I'd say hockey's probably the sport I least watch, though I do love it. I think hockey's a great sport. There's a Patrick Kane jersey on sale, and I was like, fuck it, I'm a Blackhawks fan too, bro. Well, we're here, you know.
Here, I might as well.
You know, but that's the thing, dude. Is so, and I ride and die for my teams, bro. Like, if I'm a loyalist to them, you know, and
but this was kind of hard to do because I knew it was going to hurt a little bit. But it's not an Edward. It says Batcave Beats on the back of it.
That's actually sick.
Yeah, so it's like not complete, but I was like, I need to wear the Wolves jersey.
Sick. I love that. Man. But yeah, that's the sports aroma of.
Actually, when they were playing the first time, I was like, the one silver lining if the Nuggets win is Vic will be happy. But that was about it.
Right, that's about it. Well, dude, that's the thing is I'm also fans of players. Like, for example, Carmelo Anthony was my favorite player on the Nuggets growing up. When he went to the Knicks, I got a Knicks jersey. Okay, when I met Aaron at Mike's show in town, one of the sweetest, incredible human beings I've ever met in my life. I mean, I'm talking, you're looking at one of the greatest quarterbacks, right?
Yeah.
You know, at least top 5. You got to throw him in there, right?
Yeah.
So, like, you know, you're standing amongst this person who's accomplished all these great things, right? And he's just a nice human being. And we had a great conversation. I was like, dude, like, so humble, so down to earth. I was like, you know what? I'm going to buy an Aaron Rodgers jersey. And what did I do? Bought an Aaron Rodgers jersey. I support the guys I like, you know, and I'll always do that. I'll always support the guys I like. I like Brunson on the Knicks. I'll probably cop a Knicks jersey.
Brunson's bad. Brunson's nasty.
Brunson, he's great. He's
Brunson
great.
is so nasty.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I think it's tough because, like, you know, like it's sports fans, especially Laker, bro. He's obviously a Lakers fan, Jay Laker, but he's so die hard that it's like, you won't catch him wearing anything but what he supports, right? Though he's not a real CU fan. He's going to tell everybody he is. It's BS.
It's BS.
No, I'm calling him out on that. You know, he says he's this diehard CU fan and all this stuff. No, we could get into that another time. But anyway, the point is that it's like, for me, dude, I just like love jerseys. I love sports. I love supporting the guys I like to support. My allegiance is with the Cubs, the Buccaneers, the Buffs, and the Nuggets, and the Blackhawks. You know, and that's
a wrap. That's it.
That's that, man.
Yeah. You, I think we got to go back to something you mentioned because I think a lot of people don't give Aaron Rodgers the credit of being the nice guy that he is because there is like this fabricated persona behind him.
Sure.
And kind of tying that back into music, in a world where you have to put out who you are as a person authentically.
Yeah.
And don't really get to decide how it's interpreted. When you look at someone like that who you know is such a nice, sweet, genuine guy and can see how it gets put out in other avenues, how do you make sure Vwillz doesn't have that happen? Or do you even care about the perception of you? Or how does that all play in when you're thinking about who Vwillz is to the world?
I used to.
Yeah.
I used to care about that. I don't anymore, man. I've come to this conclusion, bro. You know, like, people are going to have opinions, and they're going to judge you based on what they know in that time period. And 98.9% of the time, none of those people will walk up to you, like, I'm talking walk right up to you and say that to your face. 98% of the time, they will not.
Yeah.
They won't, because we have the internet now, bro. It's real easy to sit there, you know, and like, there's a sports commentator that just bothers the shit out of me that
Colin Coward.
he just like talks just shit on on certain players, and I'm just like, bro, like, who the fuck are you, bro?
Yeah, why?
Like it's absolutely like not. It's just bullshit, bro. It's absolute bullshit, and it's the same thing with me. Look, I get comments, bro. Comments all the time. People say shit. I'm like, cool, bro. Like, I don't.
Yeah.
What am I gonna do? Stop?
Yeah.
Oh fuck! You said I'm trash.
I can't do anything again.
Oh, you said I'm trash. Oh, you said that like this song like makes no sense. Fuck. Like, dude, I don't like. All right, cool, dude. Like, I'm not gonna stop doing what I love to do because one person doesn't like it. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, a fucking million people cannot like it. I'm not gonna stop doing what I want to do. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just what I want to do.
I love that.
You know?
With this being what you want to do, is there something in the world that you could look at that, like, if you accomplished it, you'd be like, I did it, this is it? Or is it just a never-ending process?
No, Red Rocks.
Red Rocks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The day I sell that out will be the day that I did it.
Yeah. And you'll celebrate. Yeah. Well, that's so cool coming from, like, I mean, I think Red Rocks is iconic wherever you're from. Like, yeah. I've been waiting to go to Red Rocks, like, my whole, like, ever since I went to Colorado, I was I'm going to come to a show here. It's and incredible. No one was playing when I was there. I almost went to see some, like, violinist when I was there because I just wanted to go so bad.
It's insane.
And now I'm so glad that I didn't because, like, my first Red Rock show is going to be Mike, which is crazy. It'll be like my 22nd Mike show, and it'll be, like, in Red Rocks, which is crazy.
It's a special place, man. My whole life, I went there when I was a kid to see John Mayer, which was a fucking hell of a show. And, yeah, I saw John Mayer there, and I just was like, this is it. This is where I want to, you know, do it.
I love that. What could we expect from Vwillz in 2026?
Dude, a lot of music. I'm dropping a lot of music this year. Going really hard, really good music too. We're launching my merch finally. We're launching Long Haul. 199 Club is getting an exclusive album that I'm not going to drop anywhere else. So I'm going to drop an album for the 199ers only. And it's going to be really good. Like, I want to give them something insane.
Yeah.
That'll be exclusive to them. We're working on planning a tour.
What about for Victor as a person this year?
Man, dude, just focus on myself and my family and the people around me, and continue to grow into the man I want to become. And yeah, I've got some exciting things happening in my personal life that I'm excited about. And yeah, just continue to grow.
Yeah, I love that. You know, I think that when people get into chasing their dreams, it's so easy to put everyone else to the side. I think something really cool that I saw from you last year was when you sold out your Nashville show and your family came to see you. One of the coolest things of that for you was getting to take your parents out to dinner. And I think that's just like super wholesome and awesome.
Yeah, that was pretty great, man.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. It's always cool when you could do that. Take your parents out and pick up the tab.
Yeah.
You know, and we went to a nice ass place too. Like that was a bucket list, you know, thing to like be able to do that. Now it's, you know, to retire them. That's the next goal, which we will accomplish that. But yeah.
I love that. Well, this has been on my list for a while, so I'm super excited to have you.
My man.
Thank you so much.
Man, a long time coming too, bro.
Yeah, we've been working on it for a minute, but we got it done.
We got it done. First of many, by the way.
First of many. You know? More to come. More to come.
The Batcave. Right. I'm Robin, by the way. If anybody didn't know that, he's the Batman. I'm Robin.
We're Robin with it. All right.